My beautiful classmate mocked me for quitting high school. Years later, my son and I ran into her, and she insulted him, saying son of a high school dropout. My son replied, she's fired. Oh, he looks as dumb as you. I guess kids of someone who dropped out of middle school are also stupid, said a classmate named Catherine, who for some reason always looked down on me. She glanced at Ryan's face. Catherine was a Harvard graduate. She was good looking but had a terrible personality. That's what she said after looking at Ryan. I could tolerate being mocked myself, but it pained me when she insulted my son. Despite my patience, I raised my voice. His education level doesn't matter. Just because you went to Harvard doesn't give you the right to speak to my son like that. Seeing this, Ryan spoke in a cold voice, Dad, this woman. It's Mrs. Smith, right? Should we fire her? Ryan might look like he's 10, but he's no ordinary 10-year-old. Catherine would later come to realize this. My name is John, probably a very average 8th grader at that time. I was part of the soccer team, sometimes on the bench, sometimes not. Unlike the noticeable guys, I didn't have a girlfriend. Just an utterly average 8th grader. I had one strength and one weakness. My strength was math. I wasn't good at all subjects, but for some reason, math just clicked for me. I solved problems without much struggle, even if it was an advanced problem I saw for the first time. I was the only one in my grade who could solve some tough problems, and I had been holding the top rank in math since admission. I especially loved binary numbers. It felt romantic to count in a system other than base 10. It felt like a game and was very fun. On the other hand, my weakness, or rather, the person I couldn't stand, was a beautiful classmate named Catherine Smith. For some reason, Catherine treated everyone else normally, but she was cold to me. We used to play together in early elementary school and even visited each other's houses. But around our school trip in elementary school, she suddenly became distant and would only speak ill of me. John, don't slack off during cleaning. Come on, take out the trash, she'd say. It wasn't just me who was slacking off, but Catherine would say this and toss the trash can at me. John, don't just stand there. Put out the flame, you're so useless. Anyone could turn off the burner during our science experiments, but Catherine would always complain to me. Moreover, she'd say things like, I can't touch that alcohol lamp now that John has touched it, as if I were something dirty. I wanted to retort, but Catherine was bold, beautiful, and one of the top-ranking girls in our class hierarchy. I could never talk back and just took her remarks. I always thought that one day I'd prove her wrong, but the only thing I had over her was math. However, she was decent at math and was top of the class in overall grades. Throughout middle school, Catherine kept targeting me, and as fate would have it, we ended up going to the same high school. So, my high school life started with the same strength and weakness. Then, during my sophomore year of high school, my life took a 180-degree turn. My father, who was the backbone of our family, passed away. He loved fishing in rivers. One morning, while going fishing, he drove the wrong way on a mountain road and plunged off a cliff, taking his car with him. He never came back. Our family, which had been living a modest and peaceful life, was shattered. I can never forget my mother's face when she received the call from the local police. I'll never forget the